Well, Samsung launched the S9 last month, and we are all scratching our head, wondering if we should buy it. Since you are watching this video, you guys know what I'm gonna say. S9 is the least upgradable phone ever made by Sammy. I'm not saying that because I hate Samsung. In fact, I used my Note 8 to make this entire video. So please watch this entire video and I'm sure you will feel the same. So let's get started. So before we begin, I want to make sure that you guys understand S9 Plus is the only phone that is even worth considering an upgrade. S9 is the exact same replica of the S8 that was launched last year except for the camera and the processor. Samsung just slapped the S9 processor and camera onto the S8 and called it the S9. And that definitely not worth $700. I mean, seriously, Samsung? If you guys are planning to buy the S9 instead of the S9 Plus, just don't do it. So that brings us to the S9 Plus. It has the same fast charging, same old wireless charging, so nothing exciting there. The major improvement is in the camera section. The dual aperture camera is really interesting. I have to tell you, Samsung has one of the best cameras in the mobile market right now that can take awesome low light pictures. And Samsung even lets you manually change the camera aperture. But let's face it, the only time an average consumer is going to use this feature is the first time he unboxes the phone and checks if this is working or not. And if you are a professional photographer who wants this feature, do yourself a favor and get a DSLR. Don't get me wrong, camera improvements are always welcome as an additional feature and not as a deciding factor to buy a new phone. And then there is Bixby with its special key. I wish I could say Bixby has improved a lot in S9 and S9 Plus. I guess you can always wish for something that's never gonna happen, like world peace, an option to remap the Bixby button. But deep down, we all know that's never gonna happen. Then there is this AR emoji. Because Apple is the only company that takes stuffs from other phone manufacturers and make it a little better and advertise it as their own. I'm just kidding. Of course, Samsung didn't make it any better. In fact, the facial tracking is a joke. If you have noticed the difference between using Snapchat on an Android phone and an iPhone, you will probably notice the difference between Emoji and AR emoji. Apple has created this face recognition feature built inside the notch. They wanted to show off that feature, so they created an emoji. But Samsung created AR emoji just because Apple had an emoji. So if you don't want a phone that has a gimmicky feature and that's not even working properly, then you should probably ignore the S9 and S9 Plus. The next upgrade in the S9 and S9 Plus is the earpiece. It also acts as a secondary speaker. You should probably listen to the sound made by different phones to notice it. Here is an example. If you are the kind of guy like me who is always covering the speaker with his finger, you should probably consider buying the S9 Plus. You could also use a case on your Note 8 or an S8 or just don't keep your finger on the speakers. So if you want to buy a new Samsung phone, just go for S8 or Note 8. They offer better value for your money. They even have the same battery capacity, so I'm not sure why anyone would prefer S9 over S8 or Note 8. So unless you really want that Snapdragon 845 processor, you should probably skip the S9. As always, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye bye.